I'll leave this open on Instagram. Kid Cisco, I see you in the chat. What's going on, man? Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I almost said Monday. If you do have music to send in, you know how to do it. Exclamation mark submit to submit your music. Exclamation mark skip to figure out how to skip the queue. That is going to explain how to do that. If you want to get bumped up into our priority queue marked in orange, which I'll show you guys very shortly. If you want to do that, that is a guarantee you'll get played on stream today, but you do not have to. There are multiple ways to get bumped up for free throughout the stream. And I'll talk about all of those, what I do, what this is, why we do this, and all of that very shortly. But if you are in the chat and you want to send your music in, just make sure you hit Command Submit if you have not already submitted music. Brave the Storm said, yo, would a Lady Gaga Rain on Me flip stream get taken down? I don't think that the flip will get taken down. If I just played the original version, then it definitely would. But, I would listen to the flip. I would love to hear the flip, honestly. Luke, what's going on, bro? We are live on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/KayvanMD. I just like to leave this open on Instagram for anybody who comes in and decides they want to come join us on stream. So if you want to come join us, we're live right now, twitch.tv/KayvanMD. Come hang out. Elijah, we'll get you bumped up to the top of the queue. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you, bro. For all of our community members who are in Florida, please stay safe. You obviously have a big week, big 2 weeks ahead of you. So we're sending you love. We hope you stay safe. And if you can evacuate or, get to somewhere safely, then you definitely should. And that's it, man. We're going to get into this music very shortly, though, so make sure you submit your music. Exclamation mark submit if you have music to submit. Exclamation mark skip if you want to skip the queue and get bumped into our priority queue marked in orange, which I'll show you. Black Dove, what's going on? Welcome in. David Halo, welcome in for the first time. It's nice to see you. How you doing? We got a new look. We freed the vinyls and the graphic novels, guys. We freed them. Sir Da Vinci, it's totally fine that you just submitted. That is not a problem at all. Noah Hedges, what's going on? Check the rhyme, what's going on? Welcome in. Happy Tuesday to everybody who's just joining us right now. Citizen BD, what up, money team? Welcome in, welcome in. If you are just joining us for the first time and this is your first time in here, welcome to the crib, welcome to my house. If you want to submit your music, all you have to do is exclamation mark submit. If you want to skip the queue, there is a way to get bumped up and guarantee you get played on stream today. Tell me up, Crizzy, what's going on? Subscribing or gifting a sub to the stream will get you bumped up. I think it's still September. I think you still get it for $2.50, $2.50, not $250. But if you don't want to spend money, that's totally fine. Every 5 priority subscriber submissions, I will bump somebody up for free using our spinning wheel, which I have not set up yet, but I'll show you guys in a second. And the last 30 minutes of the stream will always be dedicated to the people who are in the chat hanging out with us too, so just keep an eye open for that. If you are in here, there are multiple ways to get bumped up for free. If you are an automatic resubscriber and you automatically resubscribe every month, let me know, because you do get a free bump up every single month, and you'll get put into our orange queue if you haven't used that this month already as well. All right, Kareem, 14 months, man. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. That is over a year. That's a long time to be hanging out with one person. I am a little sick tonight, so if I'm sniffly, if my voice sounds a little hoarse, there's a reason for that, all right? Gonna remember that. Yeah, use that next stream. Absolutely. Jay Bish, what's going on? If you are in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. I'd love to know where you guys are at in the world. We got a nice little crew in here already. If you want to submit your music, exclamation mark submit. Truth the Kid, don't submit it in the chat. Mistake Boy, let me know your artist name in the chat as well. Make sure you subscribe or gift a sub if you want to guarantee you get played on stream today. That is a guarantee that you will get played before the end of the stream. It's the only way that I can guarantee you that I will play a song before the end of the stream, because obviously we are starting at submission number 19,060 since January of 2022. So obviously we get quite a lot of submissions in the stream. Just for reference, these red ones are the amount of songs we didn't get to last stream. As you can see, there was a lot of submissions we didn't get to, but we usually get to about 35 to 40 submissions per stream. And we do try and bump up as many free songs as possible. Like I said, every 5 priority subscriber submissions, we will use our, we will use our spinning wheel to get people bumped up for free. And then the last 30 minutes of the stream from 7:30 to 8 p.m. will be dedicated to people who are in the chat hanging out with us as well. Kenny made a banger. Let me know artist name in the chat. I think it's Ken Moore. And then Jay Savant will get you bumped up as well. Do pre-subs get in priority? What is a pre-sub? I need to understand what you mean to answer that question. If you are in the chat, let us know how you've been. What have you been up to this week? What have you been working on? Kenneth crafted a musical. Yeah, he did. I subbed last time, but it didn't show for you, so I can get it. Oh. Yeah, I mean, if you did that and it didn't show for me and you didn't get it, please let me know, and we'll make sure we get you for that. I trust you. We do have an honor code here, an honor system, so if you lie to me and I find out that you're lying to me, I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm gonna come find you at your house. I can't even say it seriously. I'm not gonna pull up at you at your house. But if I ever find out that you're lying to me, I'll remember it forever. Do you find song submissions generally trend towards a certain genre? No, we listen to everything in here. I will say it's predominantly hip-hop and R&B because that's what I do in my day job, and I'll explain what I do in my job as well very shortly. Yeah, bro, let me know. Check the rhyme. I can scroll the subs, but you might not see it. Nick, what's going on, bro? Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. If you're in here, hey. I'm gonna explain who I am, what we do, and all that good shit before we get started very shortly. But if you wanna submit your music, all you have to do is hit !submit. If you wanna subscribe or gift a sub, that'll get you bumped into our priority queue marked in orange. Those are the songs that we'll play first, and it is a guarantee that we'll play a song on stream today. We've already got a nice little queue going, but every 5 priority subscribers, we will bump somebody up from the chat for free or from the submission form using our wheel of names for free, alright? Okay. Whew. It's gonna be a lot for me to talk like this today. We're gonna do it. All right, so a couple things before we do get started. I'll show you these things because it's part of the whole spiel. So if you are here for the first time, you have no idea who I am or why I do this or what the point of sending you music in it is at all. My name's Kayvan. I'm the director of A&R at Genius Distro. So I've been working at Genius now for the last 8 years. You know, working on stuff like Verified, Deconstructed, interviewing artists. I helped launch the open mic series and was a big part of growing the channel from the 500,000 subscribers we were at when I started to the 12 million plus that we're at now. Oh, I'll turn it down. Thanks. So 7-8 years at Genius working on content. I've also worked on content strategy, live events, branded content, booking artists for basically everything that we do at Genius. But for the last 2 years, we started a distribution company, so I've been signing artists and putting music out, 6 or 7 of which I've actually signed from this community. So this has turned into a bit of a talent incubator for me as well. But some artists you might be familiar with: Win, Overcast, Angelo Moda, Ashoka, Serena, Chris Crack, Anton Now, who, shout out to him, man. We're praying for him. He's in a bit of a scary place in Florida right now. And if you are in Florida, please stay safe over the next week. CCBKE, who we found here, Layla Leo, who we found here, Bray, my name is JMac, who we found here on stream, and was actually our first Genius Distro signing as well. City James, Vivid, join occasionally, and Cantrell. So that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. Signing artists, helping push their music out to a wider audience, and using the Genius platform as a way to do it. All of that said, I've been managing artists for about 10 years. That's what I do. I've also been an artist. I've been a producer myself. I have songs that I've produced that are out in the world. And I'll answer that question for you, Mistake Boy, in a second. The other thing that we do is the Kayvan's House page, which I actually really quickly need to switch to from the other account that I'm in. 1 second, because we'll be following artists from here all day. And so if you don't follow Kayvan's House on Instagram, please make sure you go follow us on Kayvan's House too. That is where I am supporting you guys with content, playlists, all kinds of opportunities that we're doing for free, interviews, things like that too, and we'll continue to build out that content as the years go by. But if you don't follow us there, please make sure you go follow us on Kayvan's House too. This is the content that I make every week for the songs that we find here on Twitch. This is the content that I make every week when we have new music out, where you can drop stuff for us in our release calendar, so I can always keep up with your releases. And we also have a Discord community as well, where we do things like our guest list playlist, which you can just comment on and enter for. These are all free, by the way. Our new Music Who This playlist, which again is tied to that release calendar, which you can drop your music in for free. In the Office with, which is an interview series where we interview kind of like people in the music industry that we really respect, and just kind of let you into their world a little bit too, so you can understand what they do. We have the songs we found in the comments playlist and content, which you can literally just go comment on and drop your music in for. Community playlist, which is currently closed until we do the next update, which will probably go live in the next week or so. And then our At Home With interview content, which we do have another one coming out for tomorrow, which I'm very excited to show you guys as well, because it is a bit of a bigger artist than we usually have, which is really exciting. So that's kind of the rundown of everything. Please make sure you join the Discord. Black Dove will get you bumped up too. Let me respond to this question. So the reason that we do this every week, this is kind of like a music feedback stream. I like to listen to music. I like to help artists develop and figure out what they can do to improve over time. And that is not just something that I'll be saying, but I want you guys to give feedback as we're listening to music too. So if you hear something that you think could improve, or you have some insight on what makes a song better, or how a song could be better, please let us know in the chat. We're happy to give you get you feedback for these artists. The only thing I will say, and the only rule that we have in here, is to just be respectful to each other. I don't like it when people are assholes about music, because it is just a really difficult thing to do in general. So just know that that is the only rule in here, is to please be respectful to each other, and that's the only thing that I'll kind of like enforce as we're going. What else? That's kind of it. I think that's it. Did I miss anything, Bula? Anybody? Did I miss anything? I think I got everything. Submit your music, !submit. If you want to skip the queue, subscribing and gifting a sub will get you bumped up into the priority queue marked in orange. Every 5 of those will bump somebody up at random from the submission form. So submit your music even if you're not subscribing or gifting a sub, because there's always an opportunity to get bumped up for free throughout the stream. And the last 30 minutes are for people in the chat. So if you just stick around, that's also an opportunity for you to get bumped up later on in the stream as well. All right, we got a queue, so let's get into it. Yeah, I think that was everything, right? So we're starting with Elijah Rosario today. We're heading straight to North Carolina for an R&B artist I've really, really enjoyed listening to. He said, this is a new demo I made recently. As always, your feedback would be greatly appreciated, as my notepad is always ready. So look, feedback, people listen to it. People take it. Oh, let me fucking... There is a constructive way to flame people, but just do it respectfully. All right. Let me go back to this question really quickly, though, because I do want to answer that. I'm sure there might be a bit of bias, but I'd love to hear thoughts on independent artists going with the distro deal versus more traditional deals. I mean, I think a distro deal is better than a label deal, because you have more creative control in theory. If you are going back, or if you're going into a deal for the first time and you have a really solid idea of what you want to do creatively, and you kind of do everything yourself, why would you give up control for a traditional deal if it's just funding? You can get funding through distribution companies now. There are alternative ways to fund your music, and think about that too. So for me, as a manager, one of the things that I kind of prefer to do is distro deals. I've done a label deal as well, with a major label, and it just didn't really work out the way that I wanted. It wasn't really like a beneficial thing outside of having a budget to spend on buying equipment and kind of stocking up this artist to really like build a studio. I think we are in a time where, it is kind of the best time to be an unsigned and independent artist, and just kind of craft your own, audience and build that community around yourself. It's really about how you apply yourself and your work ethic more than anything, I think, at this point. Because like, if you have a budget, great. But I think the downsides of having a budget is then you get stuck in this cycle of maybe just spending on support and not garnering organic or natural support. And I think that's something that a lot of artists kind of confuse, you know what I mean? And I see it happen a lot of times when artists have money to spend, they'll spend the money, but they don't really see the results they want because they don't have the work ethic to actually follow through on the things that they need to follow through on themselves, which will make a difference and will have an impact on streams in the long term, and will also help build an audience and a fan base for an artist, which is really what you're trying to do. You're trying to build a community around yourself so that you have fans that stick with you over time, as opposed to just spending on these like short, quick return things, because you can do that, you know what I mean? Like, I think like if you have a budget, the upsides obviously are the promo and being able to lock in a lot of things at once, but at the same time, what happens when that budget runs out? Do you have an audience that's sticking with you? Do you have a fan base that you talk to and interact with, that interact with you and come to shows and buy merch? Or do you just have some like short virality moment that maybe you don't capitalize on? So I think it's just kind of like, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, but for me, I think if you're an independent and emerging artist, getting a good distribution deal, and by a good distribution deal, I don't just mean a budget either, like, or just going to a big company, somewhere that you're a priority. That's what matters. If you're a priority wherever you go, you're always going to get more out of it than if you're just another name on another list or just another name on a roster. So just keep that in mind. Like, it's all good and well to get a distro deal at a big distribution company, but at the same time, they have massive rosters. And I think the thing that a lot of them don't tell you is that this is, for them at least, a bit more of a numbers game than it is necessarily like, oh, I'm going to sign all these artists and then focus on all of them, right? They can only really prioritize 3 pitches a week, like through their label relations teams at the DSPs. They also don't tell you that. And every A&R is going to tell you what you want to hear because they're trying to sign you. So just keep that in mind when you talk to A&Rs for the most part. And I will say that my role is a little bit different because I do more than just A&Ring. Like, once I get a project in, I work that project from start to finish because there's not really anybody else on the team. Like, the team is me on our side of things. But I think for a lot of these other distribution companies, the thing you have to keep in mind is the A&R's job is to sign you. they'll hand you off to product managers, a marketing team, and all these other people. And sometimes you might be a priority to that A&R, but that doesn't mean that they have the juice to squeeze, you know what I mean, and get you these other opportunities or focus from the other team members. And a lot of it comes back to data too. So it's really building that data and building that story that you can tell anyway. So like it's all good to get a distro deal from like an Empire or something like, or like an AWOL or someone like that. But if you aren't a priority and there's no reason for you to be a priority, then you might as well just do it yourself. You know what I mean? Like go to a fucking 2 Lost and just upload your own music, or go to a DistroKid or a TuneCore and just do it and build your own shit first. Let's get into the music now, but feel free to ask any questions as you go. Like, honestly, like this is part of what I enjoy doing here, is just sharing what I've learned in my experience in the music industry, because I've been doing it now for like 10 plus years. So I feel like I've learned things, and it does change frequently. So I'm always learning things too. And you should definitely keep that kind of mindset. If you are a professional in the industry, a young professional, just keep in mind, like this shit changes all the time. So you kind of just got to keep track of it and never feel like you know everything, because you don't. Cammy, what's going on? All right, Elijah Rosario, in for a demo. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're going to keep things going and moving. But I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. This artist has been really, really impressing me. Again, if you want to submit your music, ! Submit. If you want to skip the queue, then subscribe or gift a sub, and I'll get you bumped up.
My love is not expired. Ain't quiet what you need from me.
Oh, I like this already, bro. Black Dove says already heavenly vocals.
Provide by any means. My love. Take what you want, 'cause there's enough.
Love the vocal layering on this already. Nice pocket on the drums, says Mistake Boy. Sub could maybe come down just a touch. I don't think it needs to come down much, but it's just kind of making space for some of the, like the kick feels a little buried behind the sub. There are moments when it comes in and it feels just a touch loud, but that's it. ElijahRosario.music on Instagram. Let us know what you think in the chat.
If you keep looking at me the way, you know what I'm gonna say. Ticking time. Our love is like a ticking bomb, baby.
Maybe it's the kick. The kick and the sub maybe at times feel slightly loud.
Still I wouldn't trade it for nothing. We're worth being started.
Sidechain could work too, Mistake Boy said, which I do think is a fair point. It could.
Our love is like a ticking bomb, baby.
I feel like maybe sidechaining the bass to the kick, but then turning both of them down just ever so slightly might be the sweet spot. Young Peanut, welcome back, bro. Could leave out a few bass notes to open it up, says Gus. Also, not a bad shout. Gus, let me know when you've... Oh, there it is. There it is. Never mind. Love the vocal melody.
Take what you want, 'cause there's enough. What's mine is yours, there ain't no bluff. When it gets tough, I'm the one you can run to.
I would kind of love to hear a little bit more from the hi-hats as well, just volume-wise. So I think it's within the drum mix specifically where some things could change a little bit. Mistake Boy says, love the vocal tone, though I think the auto-tune speed could be a little bit more naturalized, but that's a style thing, so not even a dig. Totally fair. I am a very, very slow to sometimes zero auto-tune speed because I love that super metallic, like robotic feel to it. So, yeah. Cammy says, can I give my dog Nutella? I don't know. I have no idea. That's maybe a question for Google, to be honest. I don't want to be the reason that your dog gets sick if you can't. I can't because I have a nut allergy, so that would be bad for me. But for you, I would do a little Googling there and maybe just double check. Nick Control says, I don't think so. Yeah, if anybody knows in the chat, probably not. It's chocolate, right? Chocolate is bad for dogs. Black Dove said, I would not give you dog Nutella, bro. Yeah, there's chocolate in it. Don't do that. Mystic says, definitely a time and a place to go zero speed. Yeah, I am a sucker for a little zero retune speed on the auto tune sometimes because it's just so much fun. Black Dove said, the kick and bass punch a little too much on AirPods, but that's a small thing. Same thing on these as well. It might just be a headphone thing, but for me, it just a little bit. That's all. If it's a bigger dog, the dog will be fine, so check the rhyme. That's also fair too. Generally, I feel like chocolate it's like a caffeine thing in the chocolate. Like they can eat chocolate and they're gonna die if they just eat a little bit of chocolate. But at the same time, you don't want to be giving it to them. All right, Rain on Me Flip. This is a Lady Gaga. Who was the other artist on this? Bruno Mars. All right. All in moderation, but I wouldn't, just to be safe. Yeah, I probably wouldn't, to be safe. Striker, come hang out with us on Twitch. I'm not sure, but we'll try to. Ariana? No. Wait. Oh yeah, you're right. It was Ariana and Lady Gaga. You are correct. I think I was thinking of a different song. What's that new song that came out with her and Bruno Mars? Let us know what you think in the chat. Give me plus 50 on auto-tune speed, says Cameo Shoot. Mistake Boy says, love how heavy this is compared to the original. I like the sound design on it. If you're in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. I love to know where you guys are at in the world. I like the original, though, as well, because I love a little UK garage type shit. Ready for this drop. Yeah. Very, very hard. Very loud. Black Dove says, alright, that's dirty. Sheesh. We got Buffalo, New York in the chat. Where else are you guys? Would love a break for the iconic Rain on Me tag, says Mistake Boy. That's fair. We might get it. We don't know if we're going to get it yet. There's always a chance that moment will still happen throughout this song. What up, Iman? David Hale says, bro, this is insane. And this is why I tell you guys, we listen to everything on here. I'm not the biggest dubstep fan. I will say it. The sound design on this is really cool, though. Synth design is probably my favorite thing in this one so far. We got Dallas, Texas in the chat. Ooh. I like this build-up right here, too. You might get the Rain on Me moment. Black Dove says needs Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lines sprinkled in. I'm dead. I like that it rhythmically changed a little bit at this point of the stream. What up, guys? We're live on Twitch right now. Come hang out with us. Are you ready? Sorry, you guys are going to hit who with the ad breaks right now. You got the Rain on part. Cello is good. Brave the Storm, so that end with that moment, but I can see throwing it in first drop somewhere. Mistake Boy says, love some hard time. I do too. Rhythmically, this one's pretty cool. I've said before, I'm not the biggest dubstep fan, but I do feel like the pace of this one is really nice. I think when we get into the slower steps, like the elephant step type shit, like it doesn't really do it for me, but I think with this one, the sound design's so good, especially in the synth work. I like the pacing of it. The tempo's really nice. First drop is cool. I maybe prefer the second drop. The second drop to me like stood out even more. But it's pretty cool. I fuck with that, man. Spaceman says, this is insane. Welcome back, Spaceman. It's nice to see you. I hope you've got something for us today as well. If you were rocking with that one, guys, make sure you go follow. And he also says, stay safe, Florida fam, which we will also echo in here. If you're in Florida and you can, just make sure you're staying safe this week. Brave the Storm music. Obviously, some scary stuff happening down there. David Halo says, you need to drop that ASAP. I agree. Leno says, what's good? What's good? We got Kareem Liddell up next. Some new coming soon. I love it when we get some unreleased music. Let us know what you think in the chat. This one's called Hearing Aids, produced by Chai. And we will move pretty quickly. I'll give you the feedback as we'll listen to the songs, but we are going to move quickly through these songs. Again, if you want to subscribe or gift a sub, that is a guarantee we'll play a song by the end of the stream. Stella says, I'm working on a short film, teaming up with 501c3 nonprofit sponsor. That's fine. If you need a tax write-off, let me. I always want a tax write-off. Leno, let's get you bumped up, bro. You probably don't remember it enough, but you and I was once young. We all need a reset, now unplug. His eyes on me, I go to sleep with one shut. My best friend traded his pay stubs for cut drugs. Ooh. Back home, let us know what you think in the chat. If that nigga died, I probably would snare is ever so slightly loud in this mix, I think. Vocal delivery is really nice. Smooth flow. I see you've doubled your vocals. I'd maybe cut the double up just a tiny bit because it's tucked maybe slightly too far back. David Hale says the pocket he's rapping in is so nice. It is. Chestnut Check, what's going on? I also agree the vocal performance is really nice. Hey man, that's what we want. Diversity. Bro reminds me of West Side Boogie a little bit. I can hear that. Confidence is there, says Candy made a banger. Entree Bugatti, my bro, welcome back. Best almost 2-year relationship I've been in. Hey, man. I appreciate that. Waluigi, what's going on, man? If you want to submit, hit ! Submit. And also, just for you. Wah. I am the biggest Wario and Waluigi fan in the Nintendo games. Like when we play Mario Party, I am always Wario. He's my favorite, and it's purely just because I could not love the noises that he makes more. The wah just makes me so happy every time I hear it. Kareem Liddell on Instagram. If you're rocking that, make sure you go follow. I did like that one a lot, man. Make sure you let us know when that one comes out. Waluigi, my pick every time. You're welcome. You're welcome. And I appreciate the fucking username that you have just purely because of that. All right, Noah Hedges up next. New album just dropped a few weeks ago. Go check it out. All right, cool. They need to put Waluigi in Smash Bros. For real. Hey, man. Mario Party 1 was my first N64 game. I have a GameCube that I bought in college, and we'd always play Mario Party 7, I think. It's either 7 or 10. And I just fucking love that game. It's so tight. Oh. Wishing that bag was in me. Don't we always, bro? Mario Party is goated. All right, let us know what you think in the chat. Noah R. Hedges on Instagram. I'm gonna follow you back right now because I do like this. Vocal tone is really nice and the vocal mix is pretty cool. Did I have a Super Nintendo? I never had a Super Nintendo, but I will play one anytime I can get my hands on it. Wish the vocals were a bit louder. That was the one thing that I was going to say on this one too. I like the tone in the mix on them though. One thing I would be careful on is the plosives. So things like the S's, the F's, the P's. That's maybe the only thing that I hear being a little harsh at times, and that's maybe in the EQ. You could probably also hit it with a DS if you're not using that already. Especially in the chorus. That's where the plosives are probably the most noticeable. Ramel, we'll get you bumped up right now. Bang of those is Kamiyoshi. Yeah, I like everything about this. I think it's little notes in the mix. I wouldn't even be, if I heard this like in the wild, I wouldn't even be that mad about it. It's just because we're listening critically right now. It's the S's, I think, where it's the most noticeable, just as a heads up. Nick says cool bridge. I like the beat choice. I like the way this is produced as well. Noah R. Hedges on Instagram. Noah, how old are you? How long have you been doing music? I know you just said you had a project that just came out. This is Fire, this is Leno. It's definitely something that I would playlist. Like, I do enjoy it. So make sure you keep me up to date when it comes out. Put it in a release calendar. You can put stuff in the release calendar as soon as you have it scheduled. I don't need the link to it or anything like that. Cammy says, working at this school right now, asking students if they can do a backflip. Speed is currently trying to beat 1,000 plus backflips in 24 hours. I've been seeing it on socials all day today. He's struggling at like 400. Broad Sin says, it's midnight for me. I'm gonna go to sleep. My song's pretty... Oh, no worries. VOD will be up on YouTube, so you might get heard. You never know. Just make sure you check on YouTube tomorrow. Sounds a little like Nothing Nowhere, who I love. I'm a big Nothing Nowhere fan, and I hear that too. 22, I've been making music for 4 years. That's sick, man. Keep going. I mean, one of the things that I would say just off of your Instagram is like you definitely need to be making more content than you are. Make sure you're doing that consistently. Make sure you find different ways to push your music too from a content perspective. But I like the vocal tone. I like the production choices. I think the only thing that I really hear that I would watch out for, 1, vocals louder. We want to make sure that's the star of the show in the mix. 2, plosives. Some of those S's are a little harsh at times, and it makes it a little bit harder to hear the lyrics themselves. So just keep that in mind. Waluigi's Noise, let me know what your artist name is in the chat. Never mind. It's the cicada. Which, is that inspired by a cicada? I don't know. This is fire. Let's work, bro, says Turn Me Up Crizzy. Make sure you tap in, all right? Noah R. Hedges on Instagram. If you want to go work with him, just send him a DM. He's also in the Discord, so you can tap in there as well and hit him up. We got Mistake Boy up next. Hi, chat. Enjoy. I hope we will. Welcome in. I don't think we've listened to a song from you yet, so this is going to be the first time. This one's called Feel Real. Let us know what you think in the chat. I like the visuals of this already. Like, I like the album artwork. I like the little biopic on Spotify as well. I like that you used a kalimba in this. Of course. Oh, this is kind of cute. Hi, Keith. It's very like cozy game-esque, which I kind of like. Cozy gamer vibes for sure. Some kicking my feet type music. Yeah, literally just sitting on a chair that's too big for you, swinging your feet type music. I like it. I like the beat switch here too. I like that it went to a Jersey Club-esque kind of beat. I love indie games, hyperpop, and chill dance vibes. Look, you're giving indie game, hyperpop, and chill dance vibes in this, so I can hear it. Big beanbag vibes, is Nick. Alright, I'm saving this one. This is going in the songs we found on Twitch playlist right now. Mistake Boy _ on Instagram, go follow. Cutie patootie type beat. I wasn't sure if that was the end. I like that there was a break. I like that it came back in. The song gets better and better. Nice. I really like this. I like that you're out here making content too. An interesting thing for you might be like, if you can rip footage of like some cozy games and then put your music on it almost. I don't know. I'm just bullshitting right now. It's just brainstorming, but it might be cool just because of the cozy nature of the sound of the music. Like, if you were to take some of those like classic cozy games, I've actually got Blender open as we speak, says Mistake Boy. Sped up Animal Crossing footage. Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Like, take something that's like a super well-known cozy game, kind of put your music on it, and start promoting to those people. Because I feel like anybody who's in that space also will really enjoy the music because it just feels that way. So that might be a good angle for you to take just on the promo side. Skate33, let me know the artist name in the chat when you get a chance. We'll make sure we get you bumped up. But first, guys, we are going to do our first free bump of the evening. Woo, free bumps. Free bumps for everyone. Not quite for everybody, but, you know, let's see. What up, PJ? Chris Carmen, I'll get you bumped up in a second. It looks like we're going to have Dylan Longworth as our first free bump of the evening, though. Shout out to Dylan. I don't know if he's in here right now. We haven't listened to a new Dylan Longworth song in a while. This is a demo. I'm currently looking for producers to help elevate the song. Hit me up if interested. All right, let us know what you think in the chat. Dylan, Slay, free bump. Exactly. Let us know what you think in the chat, y'all. I like Dylan Longworth, though. I've enjoyed his music in the past. A little bit of a quiet master just off rip, so that's the first thing that I'll kind of point out. Chris Carmen will get you bumped up. Yeah, I love the way this sounds, minus the master being a bit quiet. Very like Glaive, Brackens adjacent. Just a quiet master, that's all. Dylan B. Longworth on Instagram if you're rocking with us. Dylan used to be in here a lot, like a year or two ago. So it's nice to hear some new music from him. Love some capital P pop music, me too. There's a reason that it's popular. Let us know what you think in the chat. It reminds me of Eden a little bit too. I think in the mix, I want these moments to hit harder too. Like, if you think about, especially with just hyperpop stuff in general, these big drops right here, the do, they need to go a little bit harder than they do. I love the vocal tone too, though. I'll agree with David Halo. The vocals are really nice. Eden, is that who I meant? Did I say Eden? I meant Eden. If I didn't say Eden, that's who I was thinking of. Jason Vaughn said, yeah, it's hard as fuck, but yeah, facts on those drops. Yeah, I just think that's such a big part of hyperpop, right? Specifically, those drops, those moments where it kind of creates that do. Like, they go so hard in those types of songs. It just feels like a necessary piece, you know? To have the effect it's trying to get. Song is really solid. Mix and the master for me are probably where this needs the most work. It is a demo, though. Chords are a huge trope, exactly. It could be a little glitchier at times too. I feel like it's maybe lacking that glitchy aspect that you hit too. Save Someone, who's in this community, who I think is in here too. He's somebody who does a really, really good job of those glitchy moments and those big moments. So I think it's kind of like using those pieces of Hyperpop 2 to kind of bring it in and finish us off. I like the idea a lot. I think it's great for a demo. I just think for the final version, you want to make those moments a little bit bigger. You want to make sure the master is a little bit more robust and hits you a little bit harder. And that's it, really. But I do think the vocal sounds really nice, and I do think that the song idea is a really good idea too. Yeah, the musicality is there. The moments are well crafted. It's just a bit of sound design and mixed touch up. That's how I feel, truly. But once it is there, I do want to hear the finished version as well, because I think it might be really cool. All right, Kenny Made a Banger up next. If I'm not mistaken, this is Ken Moore, who is a producer from our community. This one's called In My Ear, Work in Progress. Let us know what you think in the chat. I've really enjoyed the beats from this artist basically every time that he sent beats in. This is no different. Love this sample already. Let us know what you think in the chat. Kenny Made a Bang on Instagram. Kenneth produced a good beat. That percussion, says Black Dove, is good. It's well put together for sure. Mistake Boy says, love the sample already. Look, if you're looking for producers to work with, make sure you hit him up. Kenny Made a Bang on Instagram. This one goes hard, bro. I like it too. You get no actual bars from me at all. Black Dove said, like birds in the trap, Travis. It's really good. I could hit so many different types of flows and pockets on top of this too. Dynamic for sure says, check the rhyme. What up, OG Truth? Welcome in. Sample switch up, super cool. The high pitched vocal and low guitar chop up is always a combo, says Mistake Boy. This one feels really good. So hard, bro. Every time you send a beat in, I'm just like, fuck, this guy can produce a fucking beat, man. A great hip hop beat. Kenny Made a Bang on Instagram. You really got to go tap in. This dude is still super early on, but I know that there's rappers in this community that will make a banger with Kenny Made a Banger. So you guys got to go tap in. Make sure you go follow him on Instagram. We got Jay Savant up next. Another pop R&B hybrid. This one's called Fallen. I've really enjoyed the songs we've heard from Jay. I think my favorite ones have been the ones where it's been a more contemporary pop R&B sound. So let's see what's good. Gotta use the band hammer really quickly. Sorry, guys. No spam in the chat. Bye. Let us know what you think in the chat. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was Waluigi's nose and not noise. Oh. Underscore J Savant. I don't know who this one reminds me of. I will say this beat choice feels way more pop. It's a little Khalid-esque, which I feel like I've compared you to Khalid in the past. Because it's R&B adjacent, but I feel like this one leans a little bit more pop than R&B. Well, said my tools are gone. What? Why? Where are your tools? That's so weird, bro. You got jacked. I hope not. Mistake Boy said, would love to hear what Jay does on a Kenny beat. I would be interested to hear something a little bit more like hip-hop R&B leaning as well. Love these vocal layers here, and the chorus is really strong on this one too. God, again? Oh, Bulla, you got us with that one. Found him. You got it before I could get to it. This actually reminds me a little bit. It reminds me of Neo a little bit, I think, at times too. Mistake Boy says hats are a bit quiet, sustained synths are a bit loud, maybe contributing to the pop feel, but maybe that's the vibe. I do think that is partially the vibe here with Jay, because I do feel like with Jay's music generally, it does lean a little bit more pop than it does contemporary R&B, and that's something that I have really enjoyed. But I do think, like, I don't know, I think the pop direction is a really good direction for you to go. I'm interested to hear you do something that is maybe just more R&B, just so I have that reference point as well. But I do think with the pop stuff, it's really interesting because I just think it could hit such a wide audience at the same time. And it's super pop. I could definitely see it on the radio, chilling in the car. I could see the pop stuff doing really well from a sync perspective too. So definitely pitching it for like TV commercials, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's been interesting to hear your direction musically as well, because it does sit in such an interesting in-between space between pop and R&B. Sometimes it does lean a little bit more R&B. Sometimes it does lean a little bit more pop. So I think the tough part with music that's kind of in between both is just figuring out how to promote it. And I feel this way about pop music in general. It's hard to promote without a budget, just generally. I think anything that's like more commercial and not as niche is a difficult thing to promote to the audience, because a lot of the pages, a lot of the curators tend to be a little bit more niche and lean one way or the other. So lean a little bit more R&B or lean a little bit more pop, but not necessarily cover stuff that sits in between. And so that will probably be the difficult part for you, if I'm being honest, is just finding the space to promote the music where it hits those audiences. So, one suggestion that I do have generally is leaning more into a niche. You will probably see the difference in just building an audience. And then as you continue to build a fan base and an audience, easing them into some of these other sounds might make it a little bit easier. But it's the hardest thing. Yeah, that's going to be the toughest part for real, is just finding the platforms that cover stuff that leans a little bit more pop R&B, or that just cover everything. So that's it. But I do like the music, and I do think overall it's been really cool to hear the consistency, especially in the pop stuff. Jay Bush said, just made this yesterday. This is the producer. 2 Shots, produced by Unknown. Oh, sorry. Unknown is the producer. Jay Bish is in here also. Let us know what you think in the chat. We got about an hour and 15 minutes left. I do like this. I do wish that the sub was booming a little bit more than it is. Vocal performance and delivery is pretty solid. This needs like a crazy visual to go with it though. I mean, I have to admit, I find it really difficult for stuff to stand out in this space. Like, it's really got to stand out to me in this space. So that's probably one of the things that you'll run into that's a little bit hard. It's just that it's a very oversaturated sound. But Striker, hopefully we will. If you want to guarantee that the song gets played on stream today, best thing you can do is subscribe or gift a sub. That'll get it bumped into our priority queue marked in orange. Otherwise, we do a free bump up from the submission form every 5 of those. And then the last 30 minutes will be for stuff that's in the chat. I do like the vocal. I like the vocal melodies on this one a lot. One thing that might help throughout is just a little bit more variation, I think, in the melodies and in the rhythmic delivery. At times, it can feel a little repetitive. Because the song is so short, it's not really that bad. But that's just something to think about, like, in the future. If you're making songs that are longer, you're going to want to vary things up a little bit. I think Thug does an amazing job of this, and that's why people like him so much. It's like every 2 to 4 bars, the delivery style and rhythmic elements change up, like, immediately. And I think it keeps it interesting as a listener. But that's it. Like, other than that, man, I think the tough part is just going to be standing out in the space. And again, that's purely just because it's a really oversaturated space right now from a lot of artists making that standpoint, like a lot of artists making that sound standpoint. But I do think like a crazy visual does help that kind of stuff stand out. And then also making sure you're hitting those pages like Underground Sound and the people that kind of look for that music as well. The Kids Takeovers of the world, and making sure that you're pushing your music towards them. And then also making a lot of social media content, which you're going to hear me say a lot, but truthfully does make a difference. So that's why we're always trying to tell you guys to do that. And it is something that you can control, whereas the other things you can't control as much, right? Involved. featuring Intentions by Save Someone. I was just talking about this artist, so hopefully this song demonstrates the things that I was talking about, especially with the drops, the glitchy elements in the songs, and production as well. Here you go. Let us know what you think in the chat. I fuck with this artist really heavy, truthfully. Like, he does all the production work himself as well, and it's just sick. Let us know what you think in the chat. Striker, what's the artist's name again? Ilio Trio, it's right there.
Caught a flight and I woke up in LA. Recognize your real ones when you're feeling down.
This is what I'm talking about.
You don't need to know
big moment.
I can change, I can fake it, I can blame, but I never gonna say it. Never gonna tell you shit.
Yeah, I fucking love this, dude. David Hale says, "What the fuck? This production's so sick." Look, you gotta tap in with Save Someone, man. He does everything. You do all of it, right? You record everything like analog too. Love the drums, drum game, cuts go crazy. A true wizard, hard. This beat and vocal combo fire. Look, I feel like I've heard Save Someone develop so much. Not everything, there's digital elements too, but he does record and do everything himself. Go follow Save Someone. Look, this is a lot of content going out too on Reels. I enjoyed this angle. Also because I can tell that you're holding it in your mouth with whatever that paper towel is. Nah, I fuck with this guy, dude. Look, it's a lot of content going up. He's pushing the music. Mistake Boy says big fishmonger vibes. I thought it was hilarious when I saw it too. Honestly, I got a kick out of that when you posted it. _ Save Someone on Instagram. This one's hard, dude. Yo, this is a question for you, but after we had our talk last Christmas, do you feel like that helped you at all just with the strategy over the year? Like, I wanted to tap in and ask you that just generally too, but like, do you feel like you've noticed a difference in the way that your music has kind of moved this year at all? And has it helped you figure out the strategy of just like releasing stuff at all? I feel like the music has developed a lot, so it's been really cool to kind of hear the development musically, but I'm just curious to feel like if you've seen it on your side as well, just from getting stuff out. Check the Rhyme says I like the vocals. Leno says Ableton producers never miss, coming from FL Gang. It's true. Fishmonger is a classic and definitely reminds me of it, but still unique at the same time, says David Halo. Meow says Kamiyoshi. Mistake says definitely got its own vibe. Fuck yeah, bro. I'm glad. I'm glad that helped at all, and I'm happy to hear that too. Black Dove up next. Let us know what you think. Yeah, I will be doing consultations, and I'll post about it in the Discord. I've been super busy this year, so it's been hard to like push that towards everybody and let you know that you can schedule time with me. But I do paid consultations if you want to do one-on-one consultations at all. And during the holidays, it is a little bit easier for me to schedule those because I just have more time on my hands. So if you guys are looking for that kind of stuff, we can talk about rollout plans and stuff like that, strategy. It's really just like giving you guys like either 30 minutes or an hour of my time where you can just ask me questions, and I'll just try and make sure you get the most out of it. That's it. Mistake Boy, it's absolutely fine. You can submit as much as you want. Still putting together, planning to drop an album, but oh, beautiful. I'm glad. All right, Black Dove, Starlight, unreleased. Let us know what you think in the chat. Wait, you're Sunny, so do you not go by Sunny anymore? Are you only going by Black Dove? Or no, Black Dove is your band, right? That's what it is? Working on finalizing mix and master for this one. Looking for any and all feedback. Let us know what you think in the chat. Black Dove XOXO. Yeah, this is cool. I like the scream in there. This is very like I don't know if glam rock is like the description for it, but that's like what it reminds me of now. It's like all the artists that are in this space are like very just like glam at the same time. Lots of leather. I'm getting the Dare vibes. Definitely the Dare vibes for sure. I like this though. I mean, honestly, the Dez project was one of those ones that I listened to this year and I was just like, damn, this is cool as fuck. Now this is cool. I maybe want a little bit more distortion saturation on the lead vocal, personally. That's it. At the same time, the Dare doesn't do that, and it's still really cool. So it's not necessarily needed. Sorry for the sniffles, guys. I'm a little sick. I do think that the vocal delivery is really cool overall. The master could maybe be a touch louder, just overall. And I would maybe say the what you have as the background vocal here should maybe come up and be the lead chorus melody with that high vocal sitting slightly under it. Because it's a good secondary layer, but I feel like that lower monotone chorus vocal should maybe be the lead vocal on the chorus for some reason. Because there's something really cool and nonchalant about it, whereas the higher one feels like slightly more pushed. Especially at that moment right there. That's maybe the only time where I feel that, like, truly. But something about it for me just feels like it's like that kind of like monotone lower vocal right there. Like I feel like that's what the Dare would kind of play up. You know what I mean? And that would kind of be the lead. Or like even a Metro Station. If you think about Metro Station, which it doesn't really not remind me of either. Like there's the elements of it that remind me of Metro Station too. I feel like that vocal would kind of be the thing that comes in towards the end there. And that higher kind of layered vocal could be a really cool layer still. All right, sky's the limit. Our next free bump of the evening. You even think about Metro Station. Yeah, I mean, who does? That's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh, but who does think about Metro Station? Yeah, we're definitely taking submissions. You can still do the paid skip queue for another 30 minutes. I'm going to try and get through as many as possible. This is Sky's the Limit right now with Flavor. Let us know what you think in the chat. Spotify links are great because I can playlist those immediately. So they're actually preferred if you have songs that are actually released. If they're unreleased, though, you can send Untitled, SoundCloud, Dropbox, Box, whatever you want. Yeah, this is Sky's the Limit. This is a demo, too. Oh, make sure you fix your social links on your link tree, guys. Sky's the Limit music on Instagram. Young Peanut says, love this style of beat. Waluigi says, vocals feel a bit separate from the instrumental. Might need a saturating compressor like Camel Crusher and some reverb for the space. So I will say, still finalizing the mix of Sky's the Limit. I think that the vocal delivery and tone is really nice. Save Someone says, love this boom bap style. I really have to be in the mood for it. Like, I gotta be honest. Like, I really have to be in the mood to listen to it. This is kind of nice, though. Artist is Lord Clinic. Producer is Sky's the Limit. So production-wise, you guys fucking killed this. I really like the beat. Sample flip and the drum break is really nice. Guy's vocal tone is super idiomatic for the genre, for sure. It fits. I do feel like this lacks like a real like chorus moment. Definitely would be cool. This needs a visual. I think with anything that's like a little bit more of a freestyle-esque vocal, it needs to have a visual when there's not that chorus moment to kind of bring people back to. I mean, I guess there is a hook right here. Maybe there needs to be a little bit more separation between the chorus and the verse sections. Or some kind of a sample change. I think there's not enough of a distinction between what's verse and what's chorus on this. And that's maybe the only thing that I'd really point towards. It is like, it fits with the genre, it fits with that old school sound. But I think there needs to be some sort of distinction between the verse and the chorus, just to make it stand out a little bit more, so we know where those sections are. I don't know, without having listened to it all the way through, that I would know which part was which, but that's about it. You can basically the same sound if you have tube distortion and compress afterwards. Big fan of Decapitator. Decapitator is super fire. I know the guy who does like All of Nothing Nowhere shit actually uses Decapitator on his drums to get that super crunchy kind of like distorted sound as well. The scratches could be on your hook. Yeah, I agree with that. Always love old school tracks when they have a hook. I agree. I do think that the hook is a big part of it. So if you subscribe or gift a sub, I think it's like $5. But if you want to donate through PayPal, you can do it that way. It's just hard for me to keep track of. Sorry, guys. I'm tired as fuck right now, so I'm really trying to push through. My wife said I was like making weird noises in my sleep last night, and I don't know why. she literally woke me up to be like, hey, shut up. You sleep last night. Saki up next, man. I fucking love this artist. New Saki coming soon. I know. I need to hit him back up, bro, because I wanted to talk to him about what his plans are for next year. And do you know Colt Cupid? I've known him for a while, just from Tennessee. I used to work with an artist I already fuck with, but he had actually hit me up about him too. So are you working with him too, Nick? Let me know in the chat. This one's called Lazarus Final by Saki. We listened to Saki a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it was this song or not, but I fuck with Saki so heavy, bro. He's out of Virginia. Let us know what you think in the chat. He's in it right now. I know I gotta text him back. Sorry, I just got real busy last week. Saki, S-A-E-K-Y-I. Love the side chain on the sample. Really nice pocket, says Mistake Boy. I agree. I think the vocals could come up a little bit on this one still. Saki went crazy with the content last year too. Like just so much content. So consistent. Is this a knowledge beat? Says Leno. I don't think so, right? Andre Bugatti says so dope. Sample's great. My grandma loved the original. Check the rhyme. Tone and flow is sick. Oh, don't tell me that because I don't want to have to think about clearing samples. Wait, Philippe. Who is Philippe Vians? Who just donated on PayPal? Let me make sure I get you in the priority queue. Oh, you did both, bro. You didn't need to do both. Here, I'm gonna bump you up. I'm gonna bump you up a couple more just because you did both. Because you definitely didn't need to do that. I can see a world where the vocals actually get a little more buried. That sign chain gotta feel it thumpy. I think stylistically it could go either way. I don't really have too much feedback on that because I am a Saki fan just generally, and I think like vocally he's really got the pocket down for his delivery style, and just like the tone aspect of it is really polished off. So I don't really see too much on that. For me, I could see it where the vocals were louder and sat a little bit more presently in the mix and in the forefront of the mix. At the same time, stylistically, if you were to kind of bury them a little bit more, I don't really see the problem with either of those things. I think for me, I tend to lean towards having the vocal be a little bit more present, a little bit higher in the mix personally, especially if you're a vocalist. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that's like the biggest deal for me. It's not. Like if the music feels and sounds good, which I did, then I'm not really that pressed about the mix, truly. All right, we got Nito up next. Make sure you go follow Saki, though. Some chill shit for the fall. I love it, bro. I'm going to be listening to that on my drive back to North Carolina for Thanksgiving. Nito to 1. Haha, mixed. Let us know what you think in the chat. This already has that bounce to it, bro. Looking for a hook and possibly a feature on this track. At Nito to 1. You know who you need to hit? Is Shloob. You need to hit Shloob up. Because Shloob is making a lot of music in this space right now. And I think he'd fit on this really, really well. And it would be a very, very cool collab between the two of them. He's out of Louisville, Kentucky. This slaps, bro. The energy on this is really good off rip. Shelby Ruga said it. This is so hard. Hey, 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 hey. Separately, I mean Matt Miggs. He might be really good on this. If you've never listened to Matt Miggs, I would also highly recommend going to listen to Matt Miggs. He's also an artist that I just really enjoy a lot. I wish it would stop autofilling my fucking shit like that. Bounced a few names too and it got vetoed, so I'm bringing it to the people. Matt Miggs. Matt Miggs is very good, bro. Schloob is very good. Matt Miggs is very good. I think both of them would fit on this song really well. I mean, also you could try Isaac Zale if you want. I know he's doing features right now, so that might be a cool one. I think vocals could come up a tiny bit if anything. I would agree with that. It needs some doubles, just a little bit more to bring that energy out, I think, in the vocal side of things. But Matt is fire, and then yeah, like Isaac right now, he's kind of in features mode, so Isaac Zale. But if just send it to me if that's the case, and I'll send it to him and see if he wants to do it right now. He's not breaking the bank for people either. Hey. I could just hear Isaac's voice on it fitting really well. Here, just for reference for all of those three artists. Fucking, let me find one where he's actually got the music playing and it's not just content.
Ever wondered how?
Where is it? Where is it?
In under 60 seconds, I'm gonna make you a song from scratch. Came across this sample. Sounds cool. But it's not perfect yet, so it's loaded into a sample.
Sorry, well, I guess we're gonna watch this whole content piece. This is my artist. This is one of the artists that I manage. So you guys should go follow him too. He just started a new YouTube channel where he's doing a lot of like political commentary and stuff like that too. So, but he does all of his own video editing. If you're looking for a video editor, also he's doing a lot of video editing work. So let me know. This is one of my favorite songs of his, actually. Produced this one himself.
In under 60 seconds.
So yeah, either him, Matt Miggs, who I do really like a lot too. He's a crazy producer also. I wonder if he's got any of his raps up here. Sorry, this is production work.
Look, as a guest in hip hop.
Damn it. He's been doing so much production work recently. Where's his raps at?
90 BPM.
Which one? Isaac Zale? Isaac Zale. Yeah, Matt Miggs. This dude's such a good producer too. I think this all the time. Nah, Matt's good, bro. I fuck with Matt too. And he's out in LA too, so that might be a good one for Nito just to link up with in general. And then Schloob, who just dropped Gunsmoke the other day. Oh, this is Limelight, but he just dropped, where is it? Where is Gunsmoke at? We played this on the stream like a couple days ago. Here. Yeah, Isaac would be cool, man. Send it to me. I'll see if he's down. Yeah. Matt's fire too. Also fair. Give a fuck less. I say Schloob because this is the type of music he's on for his next project too. And his energy is great on the track, man. I'm a big Schloob fan. Let it be known, I'm a big Schloob fan. All right, back to you, music. That was Nito. Make sure you go follow Nito at Nito1 on Instagram if you're rocking with that. Why does he have none of his content up anymore? Why do you take it all down? I don't understand. Gus, forgotten, up next. Gus is Tame Impala before you all knew about Tame Impala. Schloob's from Louisville, Kentucky. And then Matt's from, I think he's from the East Coast originally. I think he's from New York State originally, but lives in LA now. And then Isaac's from Vancouver, British Columbia. All right, Gus plays everything, man. Gus produces everything, he mixes, he masters everything. You're about to float a little bit. Gus Marks on Instagram. He's so fire, bro. I love this dude. I highly recommend you tap in with him if you're trying to make music. He looked like the Gus from Sweet Tooth without the horns. Like when he grows up. I like that. That's a very niche reference that you just made. I love Sweet Tooth. Super cinematic vibes here. Is this just it? Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, I love this, man. This guy deserves more followers and is on Spotify. It's not on Spotify yet. Tori Moy vibes, yes. Gus is so fire, bro. I've been trying to tell people this. I'm a big Gus fan. I have no feedback for Gus really ever, because I just think it's so masterfully done. Leno said, I remember hearing his stuff from previous streams, love psychedelic music. Steve O'Papa says, looking for more music like this. Well, go follow Gus Marks on Instagram. You'll get more like this. This is the shit that I want on when I'm like in the zone working. Very 50s Italian-esque. That'd be crazy for you to do some Italian music, bro. He plays live drums, it's over. He plays everything. Not just live drums. He's the vocalist, the producer, the engineer. He plays every instrument. This is fire, bro. I love the flute. Did you play a real flute or was it digital? Galimatias is a record with those old school cinematic strings vibes if you like that stuff. Gus Impala, no doubt, facts. The flute was digital, fair. I just wasn't sure if you could also play flute just like out of nowhere. Galaxy, 3 years, bro. That is wild. That is basically the whole time that I've been doing the stream. Let me know what you got for us tonight. We'll make sure we bump it up. I do play flute. That's what I thought you played flute. His first instrument was flute. I want to sample this. It's so hard. Submit another track for Jean-Louis. I did see it. I think I got it in the thing. Did I not get it in the thing? I saw that you did another sub too. Let me get it in there. I'll share it again when I release it. Are you gonna replay the flute on there and put your own flute playing on there? I'm curious. Leno Prod up next. So fire. Still hoping to hear that correct. Me too. I hope we get to it, bro. We're gonna try. Cinema by Leno Prod up next. Let us know what you think. You think I should? I mean, it would be cool. It's not that it needs it. Like, if you didn't do it, honestly, I don't think anyone would know the difference. But it'd be a cool little tidbit for you. Like, if somebody was interviewing you about it and you were like, yeah, like, I play the flute. That was my first instrument. So I decided that I would replay the flute on this and put it, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just for the lore, literally. Like, it's just for the lore. It doesn't really do much past that. But for the lore, it'd be cool. Leno, man. I will say the majority of this project has hit for me. Till I Land by Leno. This is the third song that I've saved into the playlist for sure. Can't lie, bro. Could make a bag from letting his music be sampled, says Andre Bugatti. Low-key, you should do a sample pack. I don't know if you've ever thought about that, Gus, but you could easily do a sample pack. This one was co-produced by Plu from Japan. I've enjoyed what I've heard from this project, I have to say. I didn't realize you had Massive Soul on this, though. Good balance. Real fun music. I've enjoyed the vocal performance, I think, probably the most. This is track 13 of 15 from his album Till I Land. Bruh, you easily could find people who would want a sample pack from you. Shout out to Massa Soul, bro. Leno Prod on Instagram. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of producers in the Discord that would probably love it, and people in the chat right now who'd be into it. We got Andre Bugatti up next, and then another free bump from the chat. Crazy said, "This is hard, Leno." Mistake Voices, "This is a vibe." This has got a nice balance to it. Nah. We're cool. All genres are welcome here, bro. We had some prog instrumental metal last week from a producer who was originally from Lebanon, and the shit was so ill. I was listening to it again today, and I was like, damn, this shit is crazy. What's up, The Real Prop? Welcome in. 4 minutes. That's pretty long. Yeah, we love a little curveball. Something out of left field in here. Oh, That's why it's 4 minutes. There are those anime references you were talking about. What's your favorite anime in the chat? Let us know. I like the switch up a lot. It almost feels like the second half could be its own song, though, in all honesty. Switch up was fun as fuck. The Switch, says Da Vinci. Trigun. Trigun. Huh. Interesting. One Piece, says Waluigi's Nose. Have you finished One Piece? One Piece and Ranking of Kings. I'm gonna have to check out Ranking of Kings. Dave Hill said, what the fuck is Switch? My first Jug beat, I like it. Samurai Champloo, one of the best soundtracks of all time. Shout out to New Jobs. New Jobs. Trigun's underrated. I need to get into it. Is Trigun the one that's about... What's the one that's like fucking... There's an anime that's like basically about Constantine, right? Is it Trigun? Nah, it's way too long. I've been watching for 6 months. Still not. It's so long, bro. I'm the same way. I'm at Skypiea right now, but I just can't get past Skypiea because I have to really be in the mood to get back into it. I'm watching 1,000 Year Blood War. Bleach. Bleach is one of my favorites. Always has been. What else? I recently finished... I watched a bunch of these like one-off ones where there's like one season on fucking on Netflix. Trigun do got Christian themes, only 26 episodes so far. Oh, I might have to check it out. I always see it. Like I always look at it. I'm like, maybe I should watch this. I finished like fucking... There's a bunch of like one season ones on Netflix. There was one like Delicious in the Dungeon or something like that, which is actually so fucking funny. I would highly recommend everybody watches it. It's like a dungeon crawler kind of thing, but it's like just very like funny. Like it's way funnier than I thought it would be. And then there's like all these like cooking elements in it, which I also think are hilarious. Hajime no Ippo is on my list. Evangelion I've seen and I did really enjoy. But I really have to be in the mood for like the mech stuff. Like I could never really get into Gundam. I mean, obviously Jujutsu Kaisen, which I've got back there. Demon Slayer is one of my favorites at the moment. Delicious in Dungeon on Netflix is so good, bro. It's so enjoyable. I really couldn't get enough of it. Zom 100, if you guys like zombie stuff, a very, very good anime that you should check out as well. It was what, like something in Paradise, like Devils in Paradise, some shit like that. This one's not mastered yet, but Andre Bugatti, who I really enjoy, out of Australia or New Zealand. It's one of the two. I always mix this up. Cowboy Bebop is fire. I liked the live action for that as well. Hey. Andre Bugatti. The @ sign is the A. Yeah, this shit got me moving. I like this. It's not mastered, but it still feels good. It's not quiet. Sometimes my problem with things that aren't mastered yet is they're just dumb quiet. This actually has a really good volume to it already. Was it Devils in Paradise, man? Ooh. Hell's Paradise, which is also on Netflix. I also just watched the friggin' Terminator one. The Terminator anime was pretty good too. This one was crazy. I need a season 2 for this because I just started to get into it and then the season ended. And I was bummed. Yeah, this also could double as an anime stream because I could talk about anime forever. Rocking with Microsoft Bing. It's Microsoft like Edge, I think is what it's called now. And I only started using it because Google Chrome kept freezing up on me in stream, and somebody was like, use Microsoft Edge. It works better for streaming, and it has worked pretty well for me on stream, to be honest. It's not what I like to use in my day-to-day, but it's good for stream. It's just crazy, yeah. It is. Microsoft be edging. Top 3 animes? Oh man, that's tough. That's a tough question. I'd probably put Death Note in my top 3. I'd probably put Naruto in my top 3, realistically, because I do love Naruto. And then I'd probably put Bleach in my top 3 because it is my favorite. But that's tough because I would probably... I might have to take Death Note out and put in Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer is fantastic, and it's been so top tier for the last 4 seasons. I love Death Note. Death Note was my first manga / anime ever, so it was really what got me into it in general. And I love the storyline. I love the like twists and turns. Code Geass, Kill la Kill, and FMA, really interesting. Death Note, One Piece, and Promised Neverland. I have to check. Promised Neverland's been on my list for a little bit too. I've been meaning to check it out. There's just so much anime to watch. I've been playing the fucking Solo Leveling game on my phone recently too, which if you haven't read Solo Leveling, I don't think that there's an anime for it yet, but Solo Leveling is this like amazing manhwa web comic, which there is an anime for it. What? Oh man, I'm gonna have to go watch this, because Solo Leveling was something that I read so fast. I read Solo Leveling so quickly. Raz1, if you want to send your music in, just hit ! submit, and there is the link for you in the chat. But Solo Leveling was phenomenal also, so I highly recommend that too. Kusha Azim, you are getting bumped up for free next. You have won. You are a winner. Congratulations. Hope you enjoy the music. Me too. Let's see what's up. I know, it's close like that sometimes. Kusha Azim, let us know what you think in the chat. I think I actually listened to something from Kusha recently, from the songs in the comments, submissions as well. And I was also very happy to find out that he's Iranian, because I am also Persian. So he is an Iranian-American producer-artist. I did like this. I did think the delivery could be a little stronger, but I see what you're going for, and I kind of like it stylistically. I just think it needs to clean up a tiny bit more. I like the idea. It's got that like kind of messy like feel to it. It's close, right? It's close. I like the buried vocals too. I think it's just the tone that's not quite there yet. It's close. I love soccer, so I'm gonna have to check out Blue Lock. Corn Lover, you're also Iranian? Turn up, bro. Salam Dadash. It's always nice to meet more Persians. Yeah, my dad is from Tehran. I grew up in the UK, so I'm not technically Iranian American, but we just went for Persian food this weekend, and I was chowing down on some kubide. We got some tadik with some goma sabzi on it. It was lit. Mac the Rapper. Do you know where in Tehran he's from? We're from the hood. He's in the chat, so he's probably like, shut up. Grew up in the South. He's, wait, where in the South? Different accent on the vocal. I think that's fair. That was it for me. The only reason I didn't put this in the playlist, the final playlist, was just because of the vocal performance. It's hard to give notes on it, because it's just one of those things that artists have to feel out. Close to the US. Persian food does hit. It's a fact. Mac the Rapper will get you bumped up. I think I'm also missing Galaxy too. Galaxy will get you in there as well. Persian food's the best, bro. My dad in the chat says it's making him hungry. This is the queue for songs right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more priority subscriber submissions, with one more free bump in between there, and then whatever we have left after that, we'll try and do free bumps from the chat. So just know that there are more free sections coming up in the future. So yeah, Kusha Azim on Instagram. Make sure you go follow if you rocked with that. For you, Kusha, if you do see this, yeah, Netsound has similar vocals, but his mix is super standout. I think that's also fair. I think for me, the only reason that I didn't save this one initially was just because of the vocal performance. Though I like the idea. I think it's a really, really cool idea, and I like the direction. I think it's just continuing to play with that vocal mix and vocal delivery style a little bit more until you dial it in. But it is close. I like this direction. I would definitely urge you to continue experimenting with it a little bit more until you find that right vocal tone. Good vocal coaching can make a world of difference. I have a friend I went to college with, was a very indie singer-songwriter, started working with a producer who changed her sound. Now she's a Greek pop star. Literally. And sometimes, I try to tell artists this all the time too, sometimes you want to make a type of music, but it just doesn't fit your voice. So being open to experimenting with different genres and different styles of music sometimes can unlock something else that you didn't even know that you could do or would do, and it might be the sound that fits your voice better. I have a very similar thing with my voice. It's just like that sometimes. So don't be afraid to experiment and change things up. You can always get back to different styles and sounds later on in your career. But sometimes it's just being open to trying new things too. Playing with chorus flange ascends could be cool. Take the mix to a new level. Also fair. If you like me and have trouble changing your vocals organically, I do a lot of work with formatting. Yep, formatting and processing, trying to make the sound I envision. Also a really, really great way to approach it too. All right, to Wilco, will I ever get better? We got to move quickly. I got to keep getting through these. Canadian DJ and music producer from Montreal, Quebec. C'est Québécois. Fuck, man. A little bit of everything in here, guys. Electronic music. Let us know what you think in the chat. This is a marathon. We're going to get through as much as we can, though. Don't worry. And I do this twice a week after a full day of work. I said a full day of work today as well. Though I will say, today was a bit of a light day. So I can't say that I was like the busiest I've ever been. Today was a bit of a lighter day. This low-key feels like Linkin Park a little bit. To Wilco.official on Instagram. Oh, I love screams in a song. Joey H was good, bro. So, I do, yeah, get the song into Valorant and a League promo immediately, I agree. I'm a big, like, fan of Screamo, which is something you guys might not expect from me. But I love it. So I love some screams in a song. This is pretty solid, honestly. This is definitely very gaming adjacent. I would be pushing this as much as possible to people who are looking for music for their game recaps or game highlight reels. This has that written all over it. To Wilco.official. The Steak Boy says heavy. Let us know what you think in the chat. The scream sounds so good. Guys, I might need to go get a Ricola in a second. Sorry. My apologies. Mistake Boy says I fuck with the vocals. Ooh. Mistake Boy says I fuck with the vocal tone. Definitely sensing a pop punk / post-hardcore lineage for sure. Who is the vocalist on this? Is it Dimitri Medina? Not a fan of dubstep personally. Production is very solid. I'll say the same thing. I'm not the biggest dubstep fan. I had my times, my moments with it. Generally, I'm not... Like, it feels like the time's passed a little bit now, but I do think the sound design, the production on this, the vocal sounds really good. The arrangement's pretty solid, too. And the mix is really good. So I really can't complain about this. It's just maybe not what I'm listening to all the time. I really like the build into the chorus, though. This part here feels a little bit more arena-y than it does dubstep, which I like. The synth work is great. I think for me, generally, when it comes to like electronic music, though, I do really prefer like the more fast-paced like drum stuff. So like I'm big into like drum and bass UK garage right now, a little bass house. So I do tend to like really lean towards like the more like even future bass. Like I tend to lean towards the more high-paced drum stuff. I think that's the only reason that dubstep doesn't really hit for me the same way these times. But yeah, here's the submission form right here. Drop is a little bright for the dark tone of the whole song, but maybe that's kind of the goal. I think there's a way to generate that tonal shift to be smoother, but I think I'd have to think on it, says Mistake Boy. Overall, it's solid. Again, if anything, it's just that dubstep is not what I'm listening to all the time, but beyond that, I do think a lot of the elements that matter in electronic music are done very well. Typhoon, Ramel, up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. Ramel, I'm going to step away for a second, only because I've listened to this whole album already, and I do like this song. I'm going to drag it into the playlist. But everybody, let me know what you think in the chat. I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab a Ricola really quickly, because I need something in my throat.
Got me sinking to the bottom of the ocean floor, baby. Just gonna lay right here and think about you, cause you haven't left my mind. I miss you, and struggling, fighting, just stay afloat. But I'm waving the white flag and just gotta know. If you feel the same, 'cause I don't wanna love to lose. Way she drop it up, trying to get behind it like that. Bounce it, keep my ounces in her body bag. Yeah, no, I'm body that ass. Won't you throw it back? Rather have you throw that ass up on me instead. And that body's like a magnet that leads straight to my bed. So I blame me, delay the process. Let me chill, there's no rush. But it's my time that you stole. Would it kill you to call me? When I pop up on your body, you tryna spend some time if you wanna call me. When you need to dump your feels, know that I'ma keep it real. But you gotta call me. When you tryna get nasty.
Sorry, something for... I'm back. Sorry, I was talking. Something for my throat, not something in my throat. For you sus people in the chat. I just needed a Ricola. Because we're in a sore throat right now. Yeah, proof. Top tier, Johnny Matt. Let me know the artist name for you today, Johnny Matt. And I got you. We'll pull up in the form. Ramel absolutely killed it on this album. I said it the other day when we were listening to it. And then there was Us. It Kills Me is great. Typhoon is great. There's a couple other songs in it that I really like too. Yo, these Honey Lemon ones, top tier. Like the vocal tone, but the way the auto-tune hits the falsetto jumps out of me a little bit. So it's Mistake Boy. I'll listen for it. I don't know that I hear that, but I'll listen for it. Shelby Ruger says this reminds me of Wii in a good way. Nintendo Wii, man. Talk about cozy games. Alright, I'm not gonna put another free skip down here just so we can try and get to the free section quicker, okay? I will say this is a really, really solid, like, pop R&B record. Like, you should definitely go check it out if you like this type of music, because you'll like it. Oh, I like this beat switch. A little bossa nova-esque rhythm. Mencia Ramel on Instagram. He does sing in Spanish too. The queue is open right now. Fade is decently long. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in there right now. And then we'll get into free ones, but I don't know. We'll just, as much time as we have left at the end, we'll try and do for free ones. But if you want to guarantee you get played on stream, for 3 more minutes, you can subscribe or gift a sub. After that, we'll close it for the rest of the stream, okay? And if we don't get to you today, there are still other ways you can submit your music to me for free. On the Kayvan's House page on Instagram, which I'll put a link in the chat for you right now. We got a couple different series that are open for you to submit to. And then we are back on Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time too, so we will do this again on Thursday, okay? If you don't get played today, make sure you resubmit on Thursday, okay? Submissions, like, we'll not play the stuff that we don't get to from the previous stream so we can keep things fresh and make sure that people are in here while we're listening to them. So if you don't get played today, just keep that in mind. Resubmit on Thursday. You can keep doing that for as long as you want. We also have the release calendar, and I listen to all of this stuff myself. So, like, even if you don't get played here, just keep in mind, like, I literally listen to all the other submission stuff that we do. It is me. I'm listening. So there are other ways for you to get your music in front of me, too. Cicada. Petrichor. Original Mix V1. Trance. Oh, a little trance music. I will say trance, maybe not my favorite in the dance space. Only because I tend to get a little bored and I'm a little ADD, so I have a hard time sticking with it all the way through. That's literally it. I do agree the Duck album artwork is goated, and I'm not gonna prejudge this, so let's see what it sounds like when we get into it, okay? I kind of like the, what are those little... It sounds like a tabla drum. I don't know if it's a tabla drum or if it's like a congo or a bongo. But whatever the little percussive drum is, I like that. This feels like something that they would listen to in Berlin. I'm not, sound design wise, I'm not really mad at this. Yeah, it's tabla. It can be tough to judge certain genres out of context listening at home versus like, yeah, exactly. If this was playing at a rave, I'm sure the feeling would be much different than me sitting in my room, kind of sick after a day of work listening to trance music. It's a much different feeling. But just like from the production element standpoint, I'm not mad at it. David Haley says I really fuck with this. It's at least fast-paced and it moves. I like the sound design. I feel like I should be playing some sort of racing game. Mistake says, this is a crazy pull, but this was slapping the soundtrack to Wipeout 64. That is weirdly exactly what I was thinking. This type of music you gotta throw on in the car on the highway at night for real. Yeah, just driving entirely too fast to this type of music. Kaluki was taken. What up? Thanks for the follow. Same thing with you. Luke Kanipe. If I fuck your name up, please let me know. Heavy Hitters, thanks for the follow. If I put this on in the car, I would get a speeding ticket. If I put this on in the car, I'd get pulled over, I think. What up next up? How you doing? The kind of music the Borat dances to, says G-Moss. Love it. It is very Euro. Like, everything about it is very Euro. I've never been to Berghain, but I imagine this is what Berghain sounds like. You know that meme of, like, the goth This is dumb, but... It's cybergoth. It feels very cybergothy. Let's see if this lines up. This is what I imagine this looks like out in the world. Damn, it lines up almost perfectly. Let's skip forward. Yeah, you can watch the streams back, Kusha. I post them on my YouTube every single next day after the stream in the morning. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, you'll be able to catch the VOD on YouTube. Chestnut Check says, this sounds how Friday nights used to feel as a kid. That's crazy it lines up. It is crazy that it lines up. I like the way that this one develops too. Like, I will say from the first section into like the breakdown and then the rebuild up, I like that there's like almost a different melodic section that comes in towards the end too. The arrangement keeps things interesting, and that's something that I always kind of like talk about, especially with producers, is like when it comes to arrangement, that's such an important part of keeping the song interesting and not making it repetitive and boring. And that's usually what my biggest problem is with trance, is that the arrangement can be really repetitive. So for this one, I actually like it because of the way it moves throughout. It's dynamic. There's different moments that I've enjoyed throughout this. Great job overall. If you're rocking with this, oh my god, eat lead paint every day, it's good for your health, was the note that came with this one. Which is hilarious. Cicada Music on YouTube, if you want to go follow, out of, where are you from? Friesland? Where is Friesland? Where is that? The Netherlands? Oh man, you're Dutch. Okay, you're Dutch. Everything makes sense. Everything about this submission makes sense knowing that you are also Dutch. This is absolutely what they listen to in the Netherlands all the time, so I get it. Steve O'Papa said, the soundtrack that used to play in my head when I was a kid was played with my Hot Wheels as a kid. I'm dead, bro. Satin, Chris Carmen up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. I think I may have listened to this already at some point this week. Let us know what you think in the chat.
Yeah, you tricked me, you tricked me, you tricked me away.
Kusha, I don't know if you know this, but I'm also Persian. My dad is from Iran.
My heart stuck in its way.
I do like this in theory. I do think that the vocal delivery needs a little bit of work. On the more like, the more staccato kind of delivery moments. That may be a little too like quick and punchy. Kayvan is giving Persian. My last name is Morteza Zadeh, so, you know, also giving Persian. And my face. And my face. Also giving Persian too. I like the songwriting on this one. I do just think for me, the thing that I would love to hear is maybe a smoother vocal delivery on some of the verse moments. Chorus sounds really nice. I like the instrumentation. I like the vocal mix. It's really just the vocal delivery, I think, on the verses that could use a little bit of work and be a little less punchy. That's it. Where are you from? Oh, Philadelphia. Love it. I think when you get to the chorus, it's really nice. I think for me, it's just the punchiness on the verses that didn't quite catch me. That's it. Chris Carmen Music on Instagram. Go follow if you're rocking with this one. This song is called Sadden. Moments that I really like, it's really just, I think, the verses that didn't quite catch me. The falsetto sounds really nice, though. And again, the choruses feel really good, too. And I like the way this builds in towards the end, too. My dad says he likes this, which tracks, quite honestly. I like the build into this final moment towards the end here. I may have put this in the community playlist draft to come back and listen to. Whatever it was that you submitted for, I think I saved it initially to come back and listen to it again. I do that with playlists a lot. Mistake Boy says, I feel like this was slapping a sweaty indie basement show for sure. I bet live as well, it probably slaps. I think for some reason it was just the punchiness in that verse which didn't quite catch me, but I loved it when it got to the chorus, and those stuff towards the end, like that build towards the end, was also a standout for me. So just, it's personal stuff. It's just subjective too, so just always keep that in mind for me. Oh shit. Post-jazz instrumental trio, I'm gonna like this. Illo Trio, Bye Bye Penguin. I love jazz, and this is the type of jazz that I really enjoy the most, like a little chaotic, a little fast. Yeah, I like this already. I also fuck with modern jazz heavy, so I have like anxiety like crazy, especially when I'm traveling and on the plane and shit, and I found that jazz like this will really help me calm down if I'm like panicking or having like anxiety or having a panic attack or anything. There's something about how engaging it is and how much is happening at once that forces my brain to focus on that instead of what I'm feeling. So I've become like a really, really big fan of like the new wave of jazz, like Dami and JD Beck jazz and stuff like that too. Because of that, like I just started listening to it one day and I was like, you know what, this really helps with my anxiety. So I like this already, like immediately off rip, I like this. Debut album comes soon on the 1st of November. There's a vinyl version in 2025 coming too. And they're trying to visit everywhere that jazz lives. You should definitely make sure you go to Japan, because there's a big Japanese... Oh, you guys are Russian? Where are you from? You guys are sick. I can't remember who sent this in, but whoever sent this in, where are they from? David Hillis has never really listened to stuff like this, but it's awesome. I like this a lot. Joey, I didn't see it come through, but if you did it, I believe you. Not tapped in with jazz, unfortunately. Get into it. I love jazz, man. Like, jazz is one of those things where I always find inspiration from, just randomly. Mistake Boy says super unique, though. The harmony is definitely not so typical for a jazz context. Maybe someone like a Brad Meldau. You're from Moscow. File. I honestly didn't know they got down like this in Moscow, so this is like a really cool find for me. Is there a big jazz community in Moscow? There it is, Joey. Jazz with a cigar makes me feel rich for a few minutes. I like that. I like that for you. This is really cool. Elo.trio or Elo Trio on Instagram. I'm gonna follow you guys. It is very popular. I didn't know that. I'll be honest, I don't really know much about the music scene in Russia. I've heard Russian hip hop before. That's probably like the extent. I've definitely heard some of like the punk stuff out of Russia and some of the more rock leaning things. Jazz is not something, I mean, obviously classical music is big. Jazz is not something I've heard much of from Russia. This is really cool. This one's called Bye Bye Penguin. I put this in the playlist immediately. I really enjoyed that a lot. Yeah, Striker, what do you play in the trio? Are you in the trio? What instrument do you play? We got Jean-Louis up next. This one's called Scared Sleepy. We've really only got about 20 minutes left. I hope we can get through everything. We might not be able to get the free bumps today, so I'm sorry if we don't. Sometimes it's like that, though. Sometimes we get a ton of subs in a stream. If it doesn't look like we're gonna do it, I'll try and get like another free one from the submission form. Jean-Louis with like 8 S's. Yeah, I fuck with this. He's got a really cool voice. My bro, I don't know if you'll be able to send it to me. I don't know how things are working right now between Russia and the US. But one of these days, this is super cool. Jean-Louis, what, 8 S's? I think 8 S's. Regardless, though, I'm wishing you guys the best, because the music is very cool. I appreciate that, that's cool. Praying the free will blesses me, I hope so. If not, though, please take advantage of the free submission stuff, because, again, I do listen to all of that stuff as well. This is super cool, man. You sent this one in? Mistake Boy, you sent this one in. I see he's followed by some other people I really like too, like Cosette and Mafika. David Hill said these drums are really cool. I like the mix. I like all of these little details. There's a lot of really cool production details in this one. He's also got a really cool accent. I see he's got the Colombian flag in his bio. Is he Colombian? That is Colombia, right? Venezuela. Sorry, not Colombia. Venezuelan flag. Is he Venezuelan? Born in Venezuela, grew up in Miami. I met him at Rutgers and we were in a band for 10 years. That's sick. He's got such a cool accent and vocal tone. Where are you guys based now? Where is he based? Yeah, that was pretty much an immediate follow for me. I liked this one a lot. Jean-Louis. Or Louis. Is it Louis or Louis? I always want to say Louis because I'm doing French. So everything has a French accent to it now when I read it. Worked in New Jersey, New York, and LA. We bounce around a bunch. Oh, fuck yeah, bro. I'm in New York. For everybody who cares. It's the French way. Jean-Louis. Ah, oui. Jean-Louis. Up next, we got Shelby Ruger, another artist I love from this community. Do it this time. This is a demo. I'm not going to say anything other than you guys are going to be fucking hype when you hear this. Gonna try and keep moving quickly. Wait. Real Shelby Ruger on Instagram. Lex Ray, you know, the beats have been great, man. It's been a lot of good music tonight. I was feeling really tired and sick before I started this stream. And the music has really turned around my mood. And I'm feeling kind of hype right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more priority subs to get through before the end of the stream. We got about 17, 20 minutes left. We are going to go on a raid after we're done, so stick around. I'll take you guys somewhere else on Twitch where you can send your music and get feedback. Or get playlisted or just get highlighted.
Am I supposed to live to die? Live to die. Live to die. Am I supposed to work and cry?
Yeah, I love this, Shelby. As always.
That's what I do every day. Please tell me you'll be okay. I think I'ma do it tonight. Do it tonight.
Did you produce this one?
I think I'ma try to catch fly. Try to catch fly. Try to catch fly. I think I'ma do it tonight. Do it tonight. Do it tonight. I think I'ma try to catch
Just some really quality spacey R&B vibes, nothing floating hard here. Yeah, honestly, go listen to Shelby's other music too, because everything she's put out this year, I've really loved. Like, I'm a fan of all the songs. Really, really great, like, unreleased things that we've heard in the stream too, with some cool features coming up in the future as well. Co-produced by Shelby.
I think I'ma do it tonight.
I think part of me kind of wants the production to be slightly louder at times, just to really catch that vibe, kind of like a la Bryson Tiller, trap soul kind of era vibes. That's it. It's such a minute note, like it's not a big deal at all. But I think if anything, that's maybe the only feedback I would give is at times it could ride a little bit harder, and I think that's just to have the beat knock in a little bit more than it does. Other than that, though, like, I mean, I'm just getting real picky for no reason at this point. I'm a fan. So Easy, Who is Galaxy up next? This is First Impression. Real Shelby Ruger on Instagram. Make sure you go follow. We did an at-home with interview with her, which you can check out too. We're fans over here. We're gonna be supporting basically everything Shelby does. that's all I'll say. All right, let us know what you think in the chat.
It's that manifestation. These ain't just dreams no more. I'm Blue
Galaxy produced this one.
You on discovery mode and you ran into so easy.
I'm not crazy about the vocal mix on this.
Talk from a dog from the D who when he lead they gon' miss again.
That's it.
Wait,
I don't know if you did the vocal mix on this one.
My first impression's the subject. I'm getting ahead of myself. This future flow
I love the production on it.
I be pushing present limitations.
So underscore easy underscore on Instagram.
Now I'm popping praise to the great prince. Gotta take some time just for me to praise him. My
Who is Galaxy on the production?
So I'ma give him credit like he can't pay up front, so it'll keep me humble. If you want to come though, come get dad. Smoke them all and never hit a gram.
There's maybe just too much reverb on the vocal, and that's the only thing that I could really say. Mistake Boy says big mid 2000s vibe here, especially on the vocal mix. I love the production though. The production does give like mid 2000s vibes, but in a great way. There's something really nice about the production. I could hear like a Big Sean on this as well, and like probably kill this. What up to Sean? Who is Galaxy on Instagram for the producer? Make sure you tap in. So underscore easy underscore on Instagram for the rapper too.
It's that manifestation. These ain't just dreams no more. I'm Bluetooth to a new fan. You on discovery mode and you ran into so
I do wish there was more
easy.
ad-libs
Even if
happening in the
not your main
verses.
thing,
I feel like that's maybe something
that
that
I can
lacks on
rap
this is just like
like priest. I
we've
know
just
you
got that
feeling
one
my
vocal
steez.
that's kind of coming
I'm
through with
living
that,
all of
like
my
coming
prime.
in throughout.
While you boys is lying and trying.
I wish there was more
Tryna play
vocal layers.
Hollywood with
I say
me,
this to
but
every
watch
rapper,
I
one
shot
vocal
the
track is not
crime.
enough
So
anymore.
don't act surprised
Even if you put the
when I
reverb
beat
on
game
it,
and
you need the
cut
ad libs, you need those like
just
little
like a dotted
filling
line.
details that
Your
kind of
first
go
impression
around
was
the lead
trash,
vocal as
got me
well.
glad I'm
So
in my
without that, it
bag.
feels a
I
little
got
empty.
interviewed by neighbor flag. Took a
I
trip
think
to
because of that, the
Vegas
reverb is
stop.
even
Ain't
more
no
noticeable on the lead
drive
vocal
with
too,
the
and that's why it
wifey,
feels like there's too much on there. Because we don't have any other details to like kind of fill around those spaces, so you can really hear and feel that reverb on the lead vocal more than anything else. Let us know what you think in the chat, but for me, that's probably the only thing that I would say is like could improve. I like the doubles on the chorus. I wish there was more ad-libs throughout though. And ever so slightly less reverb. I think for me, the rule of thumb is essentially when you can, and if you've been in here before, you've heard me say this. If you're new in here, then you'll hear me say this a bunch of times. For me, the rule of thumb with reverb is on a vocal, when you can hear it as its own element separately of the vocal, there's too much. So I think for me, I could hear it separately. That's why it feels like there's too much. So every time that I do say that, that's why I'm saying it. Just so you know, it's because I feel like I can hear and feel that reverb separately of the vocal as opposed to it being something that's additive to the vocal. And so I think that's kind of the rule of thumb that I kind of go by when I'm mixing vocals or when I'm trying to mix vocals. A-Mac, All Gas, featuring YG Tut. I love Tut, bro. Low-key, I already know I'm going to like this song because Tut is on it. This one's not out yet. A-Mac Official on Instagram. How'd you get Tut on the song? I want to know. If you're with us on Instagram, come hang out on Twitch. We're live right now. We'll be live for the next like 10-ish minutes. Grew up listening to shit like that. Reminds me of really old DJ Khaled in a good way. Same here. Was it We Taking Over that it reminded you of a little bit because of the sample that was happening? Because I think that's what it was for me.
Thinking you hot, but you 2 degrees. Check the report, cause it's too routine. How I'm all gas, no breaks, long days, short nights, no time.
Maybe like Rick Ross vibes, yes.
That's right. I I chase, I grind, I pray for peace of my mind. Long days, short nights, no time, long flights.
I do wish there was some more ad-libs to fill up some of these spaces as well. That's about it.
Nigga can't take nothing less. Self-made, you can tell them niggas kick rocks. Independent, we headed for the tip top.
Tut always sounds good, bro. He's just such a good voice. Shout out to YG Tut. If you guys don't know who YG Tut is, you should definitely go follow him too. I'll follow YG Tut. Tut House on Instagram. He's got such a good vocal tone. Every time I hear one of his songs, I always think that. Yeah, it's got the We Taking Over pacing and the sample. Yo, if you guys have stuck with us, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for everyone who sent in music as well today. Another reminder to join the Discord if you haven't, and go follow us on the Kayvan's House page if you haven't as well on Instagram. Lots of content coming to highlight you guys as well.
I chase, I grind, I pray for peace of my mind. Long days.
Some slight timing issues on the chorus, I think. It could be a little bit more on beat at times. But I do like this song. I think of the AMAC songs we've listened to so far, this is probably the standout. Not only for the YG Tut feature, which I do really like as well, and I think is a really cool cosign for you. But I just think overall as a song, it's in that space that I really enjoy. It reminds me of the South. It reminds me of Tennessee. It reminds me of like real Southern hip hop, which I like. But I would say the things that I would focus on and could improve a little bit is just filling up some of that empty space around the vocal, and then also some timing issues on certain delivery moments. That's about it. I did say get a feature. It's not a bad one. It's a good one to get, bro. Ex Machina. Sorry. Shelby Ruga. If you're a film fan, then you may have seen this movie. An Alex Garland film, who I love. Love the form and shift on this. Real Shelby Ruger on Instagram. You guys are in for a treat. 2 of these tonight. I love this. Woo! What up, Utah? How you doing? Yeah, I love this. We've got 2 more priority subscriber submissions left. If you are in the chat and just joined us, please do not subscribe or gift a sub. We are coming towards the end of the stream, so I don't want you guys to spend bread. But we'll try and get a free one, maybe a couple free ones in before we finish off, okay? And we are going to go on a raid after this, too. We just have 2 more priority subscriber submissions to get through. Steve says she's an incredibly versatile artist and songwriter. I agree. I think that's one of the things that's always stood out to me about Shelby. So many different styles and eras of R&B rolled into one. It's really cool. This is a standout for me, too, in what you've sent over recently. It feels so different. Such good control, too, on the runs and just, like, the emotion in the delivery, which I think is something that all R&B artists can learn from, honestly. Beautiful. I think you've gotten to a point, Shelby, and this is not me saying this because I don't want you to keep sending music in, because I do, and I love you being in this community, but I don't know that you need much feedback anymore. Like, you're at a point where everything you send over feels so polished and so, like, well thought out, just detailed, and, like, it's been awesome to watch you grow musically, honestly. Like, I think the last year has really been like a huge growth period for you musically. Maybe the last 2 years, if I'm being honest. But yeah, you're at a point now where I don't really feel like I have all that much feedback for you these days. Like, it's all really, really interesting and engaging and just new. You know, it's unique and it stands out. And that's what I listen for. Aha Gazelle, joke's on you. Let us know what you think in the chat. I've been fucking with Aha Gazelle recently too. We may have watched this video in another stream. Hey, I appreciate that. Okay, so Matt, I don't know if you were in here when we watched this. I had only one bit of feedback for Gazelle at all, and it's just about the on-camera energy. I just want to see him perform these songs more because they go so hard. I actually don't even think it was this video. I think it was a different video, but I think I have the same feedback. I just want to see him get more into it performance-wise on camera. He's almost too cool. That's it. But the songs are so high energy. It's just I want to see more of that energy in the performance visually. But I fuck with the music heavily. It's been like every song that I've heard from Aha Gazelle that I've ended up saving in the playlist. Check the rhyme. Have a great rest of your week, bro. I got some new Win coming for you. Some Win and Conductor Williams coming later on this week. So keep your eyes open for that. I'll probably be sending it over tomorrow. And I think you will like this one too. Energy, bro. The energy is there. See, when the edits start to come in, the energy is there in the edit. I think without these edits in it, the energy is the only thing that kind of lacks in the performance on camera. There's so much energy in his vocal and in these beats. I just want to see it. I want to see him go crazy on camera a little bit more. But I do think the edit helps a little bit once we get further into this song. He's always getting the fits off too, I will say. So Da Vinci said he's fun. He's a great rapper. These songs are really good. I'm gonna quickly go save this one on Spotify really quickly. I think I put this in the New Music Who This playlist, but we're gonna go put this in the songs we found on Twitch playlist too. Yeah, that's it. The only feedback that I've had for Aha Gazelle so far is just that I want to see more energy on camera. And I just want the energy to match the songs because the songs have so much energy. That's it. I'm not going to let this whole credit scene roll because it's too long. It looks a little it's like a minute of credits. But I appreciate him having them in there and shouting out all the people that put work in on the production because that's love and that everyone should do that. People who don't do that, kind of whack. Aha Gazelle on Instagram, seriously killing it on the music side of things. Loving the songs that he's putting out. Like I said, the only feedback that I already have is just that I want to see more energy on camera from him. That's it. Midsummer, Joey H. Up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. And then, you know what? If you are in the chat and you're here and you're still in the chat, we've got like 6 minutes left. I'll try and do as many free bumps from the chat as possible in this next 6 minutes. So if you are here, put your artist name in the chat right now, and I'll just try and get to whoever I can in chronological order. So if you're quick about it, great. If you're not quick about it, sorry. I'm back on Thursday from 6 to 8, and you can always resubmit on Thursday. And there are free submission things that you can submit for as well. Of course, bro. I like the music. Like I said, first things first, the music stands out to me, and that's important. And Tone, my boy. As soon as you get it in there, I got you. Please be safe in Florida too, bro. I know you guys are all boarded up right now, but I know that hurricane's gonna hit your area. And I'm worried about you, bro. Worried about you and the fam. I'm not gonna lie. And fucking Kev too. Kev, be safe. But let's be honest, way worse stories on the market. Yeah, I'm just a mid-class American with dreams to be the franchise like a Joey, I like this one a lot, bro. This is one of those ones for you that stands out to me. I think I like you on this like chill like production style because I think it lends itself to your vocal tone a little bit more too. Sometimes I don't always love the beat choices, but I think this style of beat and this style of production fits your voice really, really well. Put this one in the songs we found on Twitch playlist too. If you're in the chat and you want to get bumped up for free, now's the time. I'm going to try and get a couple of these before we end the stream tonight. If we don't get to everybody, we don't, but we'll try and get to as many people as we can. Debating evacuation. Yo, seriously think about it, because I know you guys are going to get the edge of it, and just like what I know about... Yeah, if you're in a mandatory evacuation zone, then I know it's like up to your family, but just saying, you should maybe try to, because it just looks like it's getting crazier and crazier, you know what I mean? That was the thing, I was trying to look it up earlier, because I was like, I know where you guys are at, and I was worried about you. Direct hit, oh fuck, then yeah, definitely try to if you can, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry you guys are going through that too, it sucks. Yeah, David said definitely back if you can. Stay safe. Definitely stay safe, bro. Definitely stay safe.
I'm trying to multiply these minutes cause I heard that guys been getting 15 but then fade around the summertime. I'm trying to cross the
Yeah,
line
for sure, man. And it's so unpredictable too. Like they can try and predict it, but like it's the weather at the end of the day. Like it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help, or if there's anything you guys need. Like obviously, like hit me up. Depending on where you guys are heading to, like obviously. I might have some friends or just like people that are in my network that might be able to just help you guys out. $1 million in a J. Cole feature. I like this one, Joey. This one went in the songs we found on Twitch playlist immediately. $1 million. Oh, that's what you were asking for help. I was like, what is he talking about? $1 million in a J. Cole feature. I probably can't help with either of those things if I'm being completely honest. But like on the more realistic side of things, bro. Yeah, like if you're heading to Miami, like I know you have friends and family there as well, but like if there's anything you guys need, like I got some friends and family in Miami as well. So just feel free to hit me up if we can help at all, because you know I'm worried about you guys, man. I got love for the Romero family. Oh my god, I love this sample flip, bro. You know, Break Me Off by Ari Lennox is probably my favorite Ari Lennox song. This is a great sample flip, man. If you guys haven't listened to Antone's new album, it just came out. You need to go check it out. And you need to go follow him on Instagram, too. Antone Now.
I'm feeling kind of weak, but your mama give a hand. And you don't got the shit because I entered in the plans. You looking kind of sad, why you making slow jams? You ain't twisted, you a lame man, phone in my hand. You acting like a child, maturity gave priority.
Oh, you gonna put your dad on this one? Hell yeah. I love it.
I think how much money I bring. I'm at for 86 away, this time to see the whole thing. Oh, swear to God.
It's a sick flip of the sample, bro. I like it a lot. Hard, bro. Correct 3 times. I gotta look yours up real quick. Sorry. I love the flip on this. Antone Now on Instagram. Make sure you go follow him. Only know it as the Busta Rhymes song. Yeah, Ari Lennox has a song called Break Me Off to that one. That was like one of my favorite songs that came out with her, or from her like earlier on in her career. But yeah, the Busta Rhymes one too. Honestly, I forgot about the Busta Rhymes one amongst the Ari Lennox love, to be honest. Type time. Correct 3 times up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. Yeah, we got like 1 or 2 minutes left. I'll try and get through the rest of these, but we are going to do about 60 seconds of the rest of these songs just for you guys. I love that you have such a classic hip-hop knowledge also. It's something that I really appreciate about you, Antone.
What you doing tonight?
So Da Vinci Heartless.
We should make plans. You feel me?
Off rip, this has too long of an intro.
I enjoy your vibe, shawty. We can go MIA on them. We can take us a trip, shawty.
This has the same thing that I was talking about. Aw, boo. The VOD will be up tomorrow. Sorry, Antone. Slightly too much. Yeah, BMO. Slightly too much reverb on the vocal on this one. I think I listened to this for something else that you submitted it for recently too, and I liked the song. I liked the chorus, but it was the reverb that kind of stopped me from playlisting it because it was just a lot of reverb. That's the only thing I would say, and the intro being slightly long. I do know Next Up Live, yeah. I'll go rate him. I didn't realize he was in my Instagram like not too long ago. His name's also Mo. I didn't that part I didn't know. We did rate him last week though. Heartless, So Da Vinci. David Hill and Spaceman, and then we're out of here.
I'ma walk this bitch down, gang. Look, What up, bitch ass nigga? I can
Great voice. Bro, you got a great voice, So Da Vinci. I like this. This one's getting saved in the playlist. So Da Vinci on Instagram. I think I said this the last time we listened to your music too. Great voice. Tough. Pretty shocked, Lewis. Yeah, that one's fire. I like that one a lot. David Halo mugshot up next. Cool video already. Fire. I love that idea, bro. Just start it. I mean, figure out what you want to do with it first, I guess, is maybe the direction. Like, what do you want to do with 8-6 to hate? Figure out what you want it to be, what you want the direction to be, like how you can bring value to other people before you get into a label. But honestly, like, I do think I kind of figured out what Kayvan's House was by doing it and like just building it as I was going, because I do think that that's the best way to build a brand for yourself. It's just kind of like figure out, all right, what's my direction, what's my angle, who is this for? 8608. Okay, 8608. My bad. 8608. That makes sense. Now that I'm reading it that way. But I would figure out what your angle is, like what you're doing it for, what you want it to be. Maybe just like write down kind of a list. I think I have one that I wrote down somewhere initially of what I want it to be, but then from that it kind of developed over time, and it will naturally. I think that's just kind of how it is when you're building something. It changes over time and evolves over time. I like the video on this. Aesthetically, I kind of like the sound and the direction you're going in. I do still think a little bit of work needs to be done on the mix to make it feel just a little bit cleaner than it does. I like that it's a little messy, but at the same time, I do wish that it was just ever so slightly cleaner so that everything was a little bit more defined in the music. But I do think aesthetically, like, it fits in the space that it's in. I just would like to hear more music more than anything. I would like it to be a label like my own Dream in the future, but I think it'd be an easy way to get the name known and a brand started like that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, bro, like, I think for a lot of us when we start our things, because even for me, like, at the end of the day, one of these days, I do want to have my own label. I do want to have my own kind of like I always tell people, like, my end goal in my career has always been to have a company where I can do everything in-house. Like, I want to do management, artist development. I want to do fucking like production and video production, and honestly, like, even like content creation, like like interviews and video breakdowns. Like, I've done all these things in my career, so I want to do in my career a place where I can do all of those things in one place for artists and be able to work with an artist truly one-on-one, or, you know, with a team around them, where we can build a good team and like do all of the things that you would have a label for, or you would have these different third-party companies for, but be able to do all that in one place. Because that's like my end goal. That's the dream of like what I want to build. And so everything that I've been doing along the way, the Kayvan's House part is kind of that media arm, right? And that's kind of how I've seen it as. Now it's like the community aspect, and it's turned into more than what I initially thought it would be. It's turned into a talent incubator and a place where I can find artists and work on artist development without working with every artist. But I think when it started initially, like even the stream, like I didn't start as a music streamer. I started streaming with video games, and I was like, oh, this will be a cool thing that I can just do. And then eventually that turned into doing these music streams. And then from there, that turned into starting the Discord and the Kayvan's House page, and all of these things just kind of built from that initial idea of what I want to do at the end of this. And I just kind of built like this like web of stuff where I was like, all right, like Kayvan is up here, and then what are the different verticals that we want to have inside of this like eventual company that we you know build. And so the Kayvan's House part became that media arm that I was thinking about in the first place. So, you know, I think that's what it is. It's just kind of understanding like, what do I want this to be, and then looking at the different aspects of it and being like, all right, what can I build in the meantime as we're getting to a point before signing or before becoming a label. And so that was kind of how I approached it when I was starting out. All right, Spaceman, standard. This is the last one of the night. We are going to go on a raid after this, so stick around. Come on the raid with us. We're back on Thursday. Hopefully I'm feeling a little bit better on Thursday. And if you want to join the Discord, make sure you do that. Go follow us on Kayvan's House and submit your music for all the different things that we work on and do as well. It does look like Next Up Live is my only friend who's on doing music feedback right now, so we're going to go raid him for sure. All right? I didn't know that Tony Statavci, I didn't know he had a Twitch. His TikToks are hilarious. All right, guys. We're going to leave it with this one. We're going to go right next up live. Come through with us. And we're back on Thursday. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good rest of your week. Be safe if you're in Florida or in any of the places affected by the hurricane. Get out of there if you got to get out of there, all right? We'll talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your week. Peace. Come on the raid. I see 4 people who aren't coming. Don't make me call you out by name. Spaceman, I added this to the playlist too. Cause you're sick, bro. I really have been enjoying your music. Sorry to cut it off mid-song. But I have been really enjoying the songs that you send in. Keep killing it. Hello, Spaceman. SPC or Specimen. Specimen? Spaceman? Specimen. It might be Specimen. I might be saying it wrong. Socials will go in the Discord after we get off stream, so make sure you go check the Discord and go follow any of the artists that you didn't follow on stream today. Peace. Spaceman, that's what I thought.